Join us today to find out the story of a widowed mother who goes through a terrible experience with her son, Jason. Evelyn couldn't help but feel that something was amiss when her 5-year-old son, Jason, struggled to adjust to daycare. Her suspicions were confirmed when she decided to arrive at the daycare center early one morning and discover him locked up. But before we get into that story, please subscribe to our channel and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of our uploads. Let's begin. Determined to make Jason's first day at daycare as smooth as possible, Evelyn plastered a smile on her face as she served them a bowl of oatmeal. However, deep down she felt the nervousness creeping in. She knew her son could be sensitive and resistant to unexpected changes, making her worry about how he would handle this new environment. Sensing her son's unease, Evelyn suggested, "Why don't we sing your favorite song in the car on the way to daycare? That way you'll get to sing it every single day." "Okay, Mom," Jason replied with a grin, momentarily alleviating Evelyn's concerns. As Evelyn drove to work, tears welled up in her eyes. She couldn't shake off the image of Jason clinging desperately to her leg, wailing as if he would never see her again. During her lunch break, she called the daycare center to check on her son's well-being. To her dismay, she learned that Jason was still crying uncontrollably. The lady on the phone trying to reassure her, but Evelyn could feel the hollowness behind the words. All she could think about was her heartbroken child, and she knew she needed to take action. The next few days were agonizing for Evelyn and Jason. Each morning became a battleground as she tried to get Jason into the car, only to face resistance and tears. When the weekend finally arrived, Evelyn seized the opportunity to provide a respite from their harrowing routine. They spent Saturday morning together, watching cartoons, and in the afternoon, Evelyn took Jason out for ice cream. On Sunday, she prayed that the upcoming week would bring some relief for her son, unknowingly preparing herself for what lays ahead. One day, as Evelyn was driving with Jason, he suddenly burst into tears. Concerned, she glanced at him through the rearview mirror, hearing him saying very strange and unusual things. Perplexed by his words, Evelyn tried to make sense of what he was saying. Nothing she had heard from the daycare staff matched Jason's account. Sensing her confusion, Jason's frustration intensified and he began hitting his head against the backseat in a fit of anger. Finally, when they reached home, Jason ran straight to his room, seeking solace in the closet with his stuffed giraffe, and remained there until dinner. Evelyn made the decision to pick up Jason early from daycare the next day. As she entered the building, she could hear her son's piercing screams growing louder. Panic coursed through her veins, and she followed the sound until she discovered the source. Jason had managed to hook his fingers through the bars of a gate, trapping himself in a small room. He was red-faced and screaming while pulling desperately at the door, trying to free himself. Evelyn's heart shattered at the sight, and she confronted the staff members gathered nearby. "What have you done to my son?" she roared, her voice filled with anger and fear. "Release him this instant," she yelled. The male teacher who had previously restrained her stepped forward, holding a set of keys. He tried to explain, "Mrs. Madison, please understand, we did this to protect him." Evelyn's rage persisted, but her concern for Jason pushed her to listen. The teacher then clarified he was trying to escape the daycare. His head got stuck in the security gate and he scraped his ear. We attempted to calm him down, but he struck one of our helpers with a glitter bottle, and almost caused the bookcase to fall on both of them. We had no other option but to confine him temporarily. In that moment, as painful as it was, Evelyn realized that the staff had acted out of desperation, doing what they believed was necessary to protect Jason. The situation had escalated beyond anyone's control. Sitting in the office with Kara, the teacher, Evelyn felt distraught and lost. But Kara reassured her, offering her support and expertise, and proposed a structured approach to help Jason overcome his difficulties at the daycare. Kara suggested involving a psychologist who worked with the daycare center to assess Jason's needs and provide guidance. Additionally, she proposed arranging playdates at home, inviting a few classmates and their parents to create a comfortable setting for Jason to interact with his peers. Evelyn, willing to try anything to help her son, agreed to the plan. The following Saturday, they prepared their home for the playdate, creating a festive atmosphere. Kara arrived with snacks and the children engaged in various activities under the supervision of the adults. As Evelyn watched Jason and his classmates racing around the yard, their laughter filling the air, she couldn't help but smile. The playdate proved to be a success, bringing joy and a sense of normalcy back into Jason's life. With the combined efforts of Evelyn, Kara, and the caring staff at the daycare center, Jason's traumatic experience became a catalyst for growth and healing. It reminded Evelyn of the resilience within her young son and reinforced her commitment to providing him with the support he needed to navigate life's challenges.